Hey guys, how are we doing today? My name's George and welcome back to a new video. And for today is going to be the Swindon Sound Career Mode. And yeah, so basically I got back from the game today against Bolton. We lost 1-0 and it's just shit in it really. It's just really poor. But we're kind of here to rectify the season so far because we're doing quite well in the league, and our first game of today's episode is going to be against Bristol Rovers at Bristol Rovers. Like, honestly, couldn't even tell you what their fucking stadium's called. I don't really give a shit either. So, we're going into this game here, and I was thinking, you know what? I mean, we might do alright, because we've been doing okay regarding, like form, but it's just our finishing's been very poor. Obviously, last episode we've obviously lost our main striker in John Obika. But we do obviously have the likes of Dolberg as well, who obviously is a higher rating than him, than Obika, but I just prefer using Obika, I don't know why. But this is the Rovers lineup, looks pretty good, I guess. Obviously they did beat us at the county ground 2-1. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that either, really. It's just not really been a good season so far, is it really? Like, it's just so poor. If you guys go to the games, let me know what you kind of think in the comments, because it's just pathetic, really, isn't it, really? But we do get off to a kind of a good start. We do get a first chance at the game here, as Nathan Thompson tried to get a shot away, but I believe it got blocked, and he's basically going to swing the ball in to find Dolberg. But it was a good save again by the Bristol Rovers goalkeeper. But then it would go bad to worse in the 30th minute, because they would get a chance here as Lyons gets the ball here, and he's going to play it through to James. And I mean, I pretty much stuck a leg out, and it's a penalty to Bristol Rovers. And Samuels White does, unfortunately, bring the man down. Now, obviously, at the start, I thought, you know what, I thought I got the ball there, but it was just a tangle of legs. I kind of tackled him very poorly, and Taylor's actually going to step up to take it, and he does make it 1-0 to Bristol Rovers inside 32 minutes, which is not really ideal. I thought, shit, like, my finishing is poor already as it is. Can we find an equaliser? And we actually do go on the attack here in the 40th minute, as Boo had an absolute shit game today, but still. Passes the ball down the line to D'Alfonso, and he's going to actually just lay it back to Dolberg, and he's going to make it 1-1. Very lucky how that went in, because it actually, like, the keeper saved it, but then it kind of bounced, like he saved it, but it kind of bounced, like, on his, like, arm, and then he kind of flinged it into his own net, so it technically did count as a Dolberg goal, and we do go into half-time 1-1, but we were the better side in the first half. It's just a shame that we conceded a penalty in the 30th minute, but then saying that, we did equalise just before half-time, and that was actually how the game ended, which nothing really happened in the second half at all, like literally nothing at all, like nothing that could even compare. Like, it was just a very poor second half from both teams, really. But we were the better side. I felt like we could have potentially got a point. No, 3 points, sorry, obviously we got the point, obviously. But we could have potentially got all 3 points. But I decided to change the formation after this game, because, like, something's just I don't know, it's just something's not working. Obviously, you can see there, 11 shots, 3 on target, which is just absolutely not good enough. But we decided to go for a 4-5-1 flat in this next game in the Checker Trade Trophy against Bury, or Berry, or I always say it depends on how I feel like, really. But I decided to sim this game because I don't really give a shit about the Checker Trade Trophy at all, until the latter stages, obviously, if we get that far. But we are going to go to a 4-5-1 flat formation, because I feel like I need more options in the midfield. I feel like 5 midfield might work, and obviously we can go to the 4-5-1 attacking formation when we need to, so it's not like it's a negative formation in the slightest. I'm just saying that I do in game, like, if I know I can, if I'm attacking and I know I can score, I will change it to a 4-5-1, if you know what I mean. But we go into our next game against Southend at the county ground, and as you see there, that's how I kind of lined up with the team there. Reading Adelaide and Emre Moore can actually play on the right wing, so I don't see why Reading Adelaide can't play on the left wing, because if he can play on one wing, I'm sure he can play on another, and I think he's right-footed, so if he can cut in on his right foot, that's kind of like my aim to do that. But we go against Southend here, and I was thinking, since I changed formation, I think I thought it might have been quite difficult to kind of get used to the new formation, because I've never used this formation before. I might have done, but I honestly couldn't even remember if I have. But we are sat 5th in the table, 10 games played, 5 wins, 3 draws and 2 losses. Our goal difference is +9 and we're sat on 18 points. Obviously, Southend do have our former striker, Niall Ranger, who's actually got the number 50, which I'm assuming he wanted number 50. Yeah, they are playing a 4-1-2-1-2. And we start the game off very, very well. Dolberg gets the ball there from the defender, and we actually win a penalty. Our first penalty of the season, I believe. I believe it could be. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this is our first penalty of the season. And it's a poor challenge. It was a blatant penalty. Dolberg does step up to take it though, and it was such a fucking poor penalty. Like, it's obviously, it's not Dolberg's fault, it's my fault. It was just shit. Like, I'm not good at the new penalty system, but we do win a free kick just outside the area, and as you see there, it's the same guy who took down Dolberg, but this time he took down Doughty, and he got a straight red for this one. Well, obviously it would have been 2 yellows, and then it would have been a red, obviously, but a straight red for the captain of Southend. And, you know, they're down to 10 men inside 6 minutes of game time. Do you know what I mean? So I felt very, very confident going into this. You know, it was all really, really good. It just, I don't know. Like, I felt confident now. I felt like I could try and get more chances on goal, and we do find the net pretty much from that free kick, as Connor Thomas, out of all people, really smashed the ball in the back of the net to make it 1-0 to the Town, and I can't really complain about it too much. We're 1-0 up and we're kind of cruising, really. But then Sanders White actually is going to head the ball back inside to find Dolberg. Kind of like one of those mishit shots, really, kind of hit the ground. It could have went anywhere, but unfortunately it was just a simple save for the goalkeeper. But then Southend would put a little bit of pressure on. Like, my defending was quite poor in this little bit of in this attacking field, I guess. And they do make it 1-1 in the 39th minute. And to be honest, they didn't really deserve it. It was. Yeah, you could say that they did attack, you know, for quite a bit of the game after we scored, but you know, it's just not really good enough considering they're down to 10 men, and I know they lost a centre back, but it's just not really good enough going into the game at 1-1 at half time. But if you guys can see like a little bit of choppiness in the kind of gameplay, I don't know if you guys will obviously by the time I render this, it'd be fine, hopefully. But if you are experiencing it, I'm very, very sorry. It just might be my Elgato. But then Sean Murray should have scored that in the 55th minute, and I was thinking, for fuck's sake, are we gonna score? And then to make matters worse, Emre Moore had to come off with an injury, which I believe is not a big loss, because I think he's only out for like 9 days, so I think he might miss 1 or 2 games. Which it's still a loss, but it's not as bad as, you know, the Osodabe kind of thing there. But you see Goddard come on, and he dances around every fucking defender, and he makes it 2-1 in the 85th minute to make it 2-1 to the Town. And it was nice to see Goddard do well, actually, because I've actually been training him quite a bit behind the scenes, obviously. Like, I don't really show you guys who I train, but I've been training Goddard to get him to at least a 60 overall, because he was like a 58 or 59 or whatever. But he's now a 60 overall. He got 1 shot, 1 on goal. Well, 1 shot, 1 shot, and he scored, obviously, in the 86th minute. And it you know, we deserved that win. I felt like we deserved it. It was nice to see Goddard get on the score sheet. And we do win the game 2-1. It was more like we played better in this game because we had more shots on target, and I felt like, you know, we could have easily scored 3 or 4. But I take a 2-1 win over a 10-men Southend. I was going to say Southampton side then. But Oxford United drew 1-1 with Port Vale, if you guys really cared. Yeah, so I think you'll see this here. I think the email comes back here about the Emre Moore kind of thing there. And yeah, be out for 9 days with a bruised shoulder, which is not a big deal, but in saying that, it's kind of a big deal in the same sense. But our final game of today's episode is going to be against Fleetwood at Fleetwood. I had to kind of pause then for a second, thinking, why is my dog growling for? Like, what? Why? What are you doing? But we obviously are playing the simple 4-5-1 formation. Goddard's actually going to start on this side of the right midfield, obviously, to replace Emre Moore, that side. And I actually kind of bring Jermaine Hilton into the mixture, kind of like, you know, next episode onwards, just to see what he can do, really. But this is our final game of today's episode, which is, like I said, is against Fleetwood. Coming off a 2-1 victory, I was thinking, you know what, I got a bit of confidence now. I felt like this formation was working. I know it's obviously one game in and I've won 2-1. It wasn't really convincingly against Southend, but still, I still won the game, which is kind of boosts your confidence a bit. But I suppose really in this game, I was looking at Devante Cole, the striker, number 44, because he's got a lot of pace. So I knew that if they get us on the counter, he is going to literally just rip my defence apart. But we were ripping their defence apart pretty much straight from kickoff as Dolberg gets the ball there. Lovely through ball to Dolberg. But it was a good save by the Fleetwood goalkeeper. And then again, we were just swarming them, you know, high pressure, just keep pressing. Sean Murray intercepts the midfielder, gets past his man with ease there, gets past the defender, cuts it back to Dolberg to make it 1-0 in the 15th minute. And, you know, I was just thought, you know what, this could be a bloody cricket score in this game, because Fleetwood did not get into this game at all. I felt very, very confident. Every attack, I felt like I was going to score. It was good passing and movement, which is exactly what I needed, really. I don't know what it was, but Yasser Kassim makes it 2-0 here inside, I think that's the 28th minute? I think that's the 28th minute. Yeah, so he makes it 2-0. A very, very nice finesse shot into the corner, or well, into the right-hand corner of the net. But Fleetwood would get a chance, though, in the 40th minute, as they would get the ball there. And they will take a shot, but it goes high wide of Vigouroux's goal to keep it, obviously, at 2-0 to Swindon. And then we do get a chance in the 42nd minute as Sean Murray gets the ball here to find Yasser Kassim. Back to Dolberg. Dolberg's going to lose a little, just a little bit of dribbling there. Sean Murray picks up the ball to find Michael Doughty. He plays a lovely through ball to Rennie Adelaide. And he is going to, well, hopefully slot that home, but he didn't. But Dolberg's there on the rebound in the 44th minute. And he does the dab celebration because why not, really? He scored 2 goals. And the game finished 3-0 at half-time. And the game actually finished 3-0 at full-time. But it's another convincing win. It's just a bit worrying that, you know, in these two games, there was literally no chances for either side in the second half, which is not really ideal, really. I felt like we could have maybe even scored 4 or 5 goals in this game, but we didn't. I kind of thought, I suppose I kind of sat back a little bit towards the end of the game. You know, Fleetwood didn't really threaten us too much. Devante Cole played quite well against us, though. So he could be a potential target, maybe. You never know. But the game, like I said, well, we do win 3-0. And, yeah, I just couldn't really fault the team. Obviously, 12 shots, 10 on target. And I will show you guys a squad report. So Lawrence Vigouroux is now 67, which is fantastic. You played very, very well today against Bolton, I'm not going to lie. Unfortunately for Branko and fucking Boo, didn't. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video, guys. So if you guys want to, like, you know, look at the stats and the attributes and stuff like that, feel free to. But thank you guys ever so much for today's video, guys. Remember sure to leave a like if you enjoyed today's video, and subscribe if you guys are new around here for more career mode goodness on my channel. And yeah, so hopefully you guys, like I said, did enjoy it, and hopefully we can kind of push on and hopefully just kind of get better, kind of finishing chances more, all that stuff like that. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Godob's up to a 59 now, which is absolutely amazing as well. Emery Moore's going up +1 as well, so it's looking good so far. We just got to kind of finish our chances more, and we should be good. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching the video, guys. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new on it, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon, guys. But until then, guys, have a good day, and goodbye.